Hello Libra, my name is Paul and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And, wow, that is intense. We start with the Death card, right? But I feel like the Death card shouldn't be called the Death card, right? Or I think it's called that to scare people away, because really what it's about is birth. So on that note, by the way, happy birthday. It's Libra season. I feel like this is kind of a rebirth, a regeneration, right? A regrowth, a renewal of something, right? Maybe there is something that we are trying to get restarted, right? Like this is good energy for that. Let's put it into some context. Oh, a 10 of Cups. Is it? Is it something romantic? It could be. It could be something romantic. It's something that has an intense, wow, gosh, yeah, oof. A lot of good energy today. It's something that has a very strong emotional connection for you. We're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is a random card with the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. Yes, that is their full legal name. But we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? And hopefully it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. But we're doing something a little different on this channel. We're a little more interactive. If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that mystery card is, I want you to type it into the comments section, okay? I want to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, if we can collectively tap into spirit, into source, and start discerning that mystery card together. Okay? That's sort of an exercise to help build up our intuition, all of us as a community. Okay? But first, let's take a look around the room. Major, major, major. We have our Trinity, our trio of major arcana, and this is the Trinity that is a unity, just like the Three of Wands. The threes are essentially a unified energy, okay? So we do have fire as well. Good fire here. Not only do we have a Three of Wands, but we have 3 wands, right? 3 fire cards. We have some water here with these two. We have a little bit of air. The air is not very difficult at all. I think this is the first reading I've had in a while where there's not an abundance of swords. This is good. Very good. And then we have some earth energy. Okay? I really like what's going on here. I feel I kind of want to talk about these two on either side here. With the Two of Swords and this is the Queen of Wands here. I feel like a lot of people are coming to you for advice right now. With these two together, I don't think it's past and future in this case. I think this is kind of outside and inside, so to speak, or this is kind of what's behind you, this is what's in front of you. I feel like people are really seeing that you've got a good head on your shoulders, that you're someone who knows things, you're someone who always has sound advice. So I feel like people are really, with this one, people are coming to you for advice, right? They're asking you, Libra, what should I do? Right? Please help me. And that's because they're paying attention to you. I feel like you have this very grand and majestic energy about you now where people are just kind of looking up at you in awe, right? And I'm not trying to pump up your ego or anything, but I feel like you're in this kind of creative energy. There's almost a little bit of mystery. There's a little bit of intrigue, but there's this intense warmth coming off of you. Hopefully you're not sick. I don't think you have a fever. But I feel like it's a creative energy. I feel like it is it's an energy that can get things done. Right? It's almost an authority and a confidence here. Now, this is good energy, especially when we kind of think of it in context with this death card. Right? The death card is a very good energy for getting things restarted. Okay? So I feel like there's something going on in your life that is very emotional. It has a strong water component. And by that I mean it is something that you care about deeply. Something that if it worked, it would be so wonderful. It would feel so good. It'd be so fulfilling. It would be so satisfying. Right? If we could only get it to work. I think you've tried to get it to work in the past. Maybe it didn't quite pan out the right way. So this has kind of been on the back burner. The Five of Cups here is within you, and this is kind of a memory. It's underneath the surface. So it's kind of the feeling that you're already familiar with, right? It didn't work out the first time, right? It was kind of almost there, but then something shifted. There was a change. Didn't quite reach the finish line here. Okay, didn't quite get to that 10 of Cups. But now it might be a good time to restart that. Okay, but we have some other energies to deal with first. I think back to the Queen of Wands here. I told you I wasn't going to just pump up your ego. I feel like this card is it's betraying a little bit of impatience, right? And I think what we're impatient with is perhaps some of maybe the lack of perfection in other people. Does that make sense? Because look at the Six of Wands here. It's in the position of our environment, of our relationships. And then we have the Queen of Wands here is kind of what we're looking forward to, or the energy that we're moving into. And I kind of feel like this is the expectation that we have of others, right? That we're not really willing to tolerate any inconsistencies in their behavior, in their work ethic, in their communication, in their energy, right? And I think it's because of this Five of Cups, because we have that in there and we're not going to put up with this anymore, right? So I almost feel like we're a little bit impatient towards other people. And it's kind of giving us that sense of awe that people have. They're looking at, they want to come to you for advice, right? They want you to tell them what to do, right? But at the same time, they're a little intimidated, I think. You know, it's a little bit of a defense, I think, against others, because I feel like you're kind of stuck in this in-between place. We got the Moon card up here. Let's talk about the Moon. I feel like this is us kind of in between worlds, right? I feel like we kind of we want to work alone. We kind of want to have an aura about us that keeps people away. I think because of the Five of Cups, because we've been disappointed in people before, right? Generally speaking. But there's another part of us that says, gosh, maybe a partnership is really going to be it. Maybe I can get this 10 of Cups. Maybe this fire energy can really invigorate me if I'm willing to start again, right? We're getting something restart. It could be a business project, could be a business itself, could be a relationship, a partnership, a collaboration, anything, right? But I think you're kind of on the fence about it. This Moon energy is a little bit of uncertainty. We're not able to predict the future. I can't quite see what it's going to look like on the other side of this. But all the indications here say, yeah, maybe it's time for us to acknowledge that, yeah, maybe we've been holding people to a very high standard, and we're impatient with people who don't live up to this kind of perfection. But maybe if I get involved in this partnership again and restart this thing, it's going to have a different result. It's going to work this time, right? It's going to work this time. Now, let's go here to the path of the serpent, because we first encounter this high priestess energy. The high priestess is this, I don't know if you know this about yourself or not, but you have an eloquence about you that can really convince people, right? You have this ability to almost enchant people. So when you really want something, I think you'll find maybe you're not so aware of this. Maybe it's just kind of a special energy right now. But I feel like you can be very convincing, okay? And this might be a chance for you to use some of that eloquence to get what you want, right? Maybe the problem here because we don't have any swords here. We have a little bit of swords back here, but this isn't even quite what I'm talking about. Maybe with the fire and water and this Queen of Wands, there's an expectation of others, but we're not communicating that expectation. So perhaps what we need is more swords. Now, I don't like the swords cards all that much. Maybe we need one or two more. But maybe the high priestess can do this instead, because the high priestess is the one that brings the direct messages, not verbal communication, but a subtle communication, right? Body language, a vibe, an energy, a look, that sort of thing. Maybe we have to be aware of how we're communicating our energy to other people in this situation especially. If we can find a way to communicate our needs and our expectations, ask for what we want, maybe we'll get what we want. Right? Maybe we'll get the level of commitment, the level of cooperation, the level of integrity or success or whatever that these other people in our minds have been lacking. Right? So I think you have this very special opportunity to restart, make a big change. I mean, these two cards together, the Death and the Moon card, big changes. It's kind of right on the cusp, right on the horizon of something very big. But I think we're reluctant to start over and do it again or make another attempt, right? Because we've been disappointed once. But let's rethink our communication. Let's realign ourselves so that we can communicate our needs and our expectations to the environment, whether these are people or other energies or systems or whatever they are. The Six of Wands. This is perfect, harmonious communication. This is saying my work ethic matches your work ethic, and together there's nothing we can't do. So it's time for you to really express your expectations of these other people so that they can match your work ethic. Now, maybe this isn't career or work or business related. It's whatever this is, okay? By communicating your expectations will create a very harmonious situation. Now, the Six of Wands is basically saying that I have skills and talents, and I have a work ethic to put these to good use. I expect the same from you. I expect your skills and talents to be fully invested in what we're doing. That way, whatever I'm lacking, you can fulfill. Whatever you're lacking, I can fulfill, and it becomes a very good mesh. Yeah. And this is in the position of your environment, so I feel like this is a good opportunity. I feel like this is the time where it's really going to happen. It's going to be successful. There's nothing that you can't handle when everybody's kind of on the same page. This is Jupiter in Leo. Right? This is very expansive fire energy. This is something that is going to be beyond successful. Okay. But we run into a challenge here with the Knight of Pentacles. This is the only earth energy we have. And this is This is very visionary earth energy. This is almost as if in the middle of all of this work, we're getting distracted by the goal. Does that make sense? We need to just put our nose to the grindstone, keep working at it. But part of our attention is kind of living in the future or dreaming of the future, or, you know what I mean? Kind of prospecting with our imagination. This is a very good card to have. It's the cardinal earth energy. It's kind of some of that Capricorn energy. A very good energy to have. But it is in the position of what we don't want or what the fear and obstacle is. This might mean that the only thing hindering you from your perfect kind of work ethic here, the Three of Wands, right, which is half of the Six of Wands, if my math is correct, is our tendency to be too much of a visionary, too much of a dreamer. The Knight of Pentacles has the spiritual vision, can see everything that will be in the landscape, right? Surveying the land and saying, I can see where everything is going to go. I can picture it now, right? And we need that. We need a visionary. But we don't need an army full of visionaries, right? We need to get down to the actual building of this thing and not just the prospecting and the vision of it, right? So this is the only real obstacle, I think, is this, this energy here. It's very good energy. We do need this, but let's just be aware of, when it's time to kind of close our helmet and look back down at our work and keep doing what we're doing, okay? Now, the next energy, the Three of Wands. This is what it really all comes down to. If this is going to be a successful Ten of Cups, we need a Three of Wands from you. You've got to be committed mind, body, and soul. The three, remember, the three is a unity. I said that at the beginning. The Trinity is a unity. So the Three Wands are thinking, feeling, and doing. And if those three are all kind of on the same page, we have a unity. Then we have basically an ace of wands that can do anything, that can begin anything. So this is saying, it's kind of asking the question, are you ready to restart this thing? Are you able to commit mind, body, and soul? Thinking, feeling, doing, right? Heart, mind, and body. Is everything ready to go? Because that is work ethic, right? It's kind of this idea that when you're at work, you're thinking, you're feeling, and you're doing work, right? There's no one of those aspects that are somewhere else doing something else, right? You can't be at home in bed, but I'm thinking, I'm feeling work, I'm just not at work, right? And vice versa. If we're at work, but our mind is somewhere else, well then things kind of fall out of sync, we make mistakes, and we're not putting in our full 100% in the present moment, here and now. And again, this doesn't have to be work-related. Okay, I use that as the metaphor, but this could be taking place in your family structure, maybe work, maybe school, maybe your creative endeavors, your art projects, I used to hear art project, and I always think about being a kid in school, but why can't we have art projects now as adults, right? I think we do. I think we need to. And whether this is something artistic or work-related, I think it can be your art project, right? But we need to be fully committed, mind, body, and soul. So the final card on the path of the Serpent is asking you that if you want to restart this and achieve this Ten of Cups, this ultimate fulfillment, this bliss, are you able to commit? Are you able to fully align your mind and your body and your heart and soul in order to do this? Are you unified within yourself so that you can bring to the table here exactly what you're expecting from others? Okay, so this is an important question. I still think with the Swords energy that you need to kind of clearly ask for what you want, express your needs and expectations, and hold yourself to the same standard, right? And I think you're really going to achieve something spectacular here. I want to look at the mystery card now. Okay, I want to see if we get any more of this air energy. Okay, this is the point of the reading where I'm going to ask you to try to connect with the energies and the images. I'll switch the camera. I had some people wondering how I switched the camera. It's not any of these things. I wish this was a little button that I could just tap, but I have a audio video kind of device off camera there that there's a little button that I hit. That's why sometimes it doesn't work right, because I'm trying to look at you and hit the button and then it just goes crazy. But I'm getting a little better at it. See, I can do that. Anyway, maybe one day I'll just I'll do a little behind the scenes video, and I'll just kind of I'll show things from a different perspective here, and you guys can see some of the equipment that I use. It really is just a mess of wires here. Sometimes feels like it's an Eight of Swords here. I hope that's not this card. I hope we don't have an Eight of Swords here, but some air energy will be valuable. But let's try to raise our vibrations. Let's try to collectively tap into our intuition. Put your answers, put your guesses, put your knowledge and wisdom down in the comment section, and then we'll reveal this card. Well, maybe this will be the Justice or Adjustment card, the Libra Power card. Then I get to ring the bell. I haven't rang the bell in a couple days, to be honest. Gosh, I don't know. You know, maybe because we have, well, no, yeah, maybe a Six of Cups, right? We got the Six of Wands here, and we're trying to kind of get this thing completed. We're trying to be successful with this thing this time around. If we choose to start it over and do it again, we want it to be successful. Last time we got to a Five of Cups, and that wasn't perfect. Maybe we need a Six, right? The Six is going to be that kind of reinforcement that, hey, things are working. You know, we've already succeeded past the point we did last time, right? We've already gone past where we ended the last one. So I think maybe a Six of Cups would be nice. A Three of Cups would be cool. I'm kind of thinking of matching the fire energy with some water energy, right? Maybe a two of Cups would be cool, but I want to match the fire either. So either a Three of Cups or a Six of Cups for this mystery card. Now put your answers in. We'll see what we got here. I almost don't want to look. It's this. I really should. I wish I was a betting person. I wish that I gambled, because sometimes I surprise myself by these energies. This is the Six of Cups, and this card's really cool in this because it's kind of showing that we're getting what we need, right? And I think it's very important to make sure others know what we need. We can't always assume that they know what we expect of them, or they know what we need from them in any kind of relationship, right? So this is a relationship. It's a three and a three that come together, and they perfectly match and mesh and balance each other, right? And that's the kind of relationship that we want. It's reciprocating. It's mutually affectionate and loving and kind. It's a two-way street, right? There's interaction, there's interchange, a lot of resonance. But I think, just like the Six of Wands, see, we need both of these. We need to be able to express this. Maybe it's not being done with words. Maybe we don't need any more air. Maybe this is a different way of communicating, like we see with the High Priestess card. But we need to some way communicate our needs and expectations. We can't just expect other people to know magically what we want, right? And with the High Priestess, it's saying sometimes we could be a little too subtle, right? Maybe that's kind of a little bit what's going on. We're a little too subtle, and the other people or person is just not picking up on it. Okay? But we're getting what we want. We're getting what we need. And I think that's reinforcing our decision, our ambition to move forward with whatever this project or relationship, whatever this endeavor is, right? I like this very much. Now, we are going to do an extended Libra. If you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. You can become a channel member. Channel members get the extended readings for all signs, not just for Libra, but for every sign. And also there is a Discord chat server that we've set up for channel members to all get together and hang out. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next reading. Hit the like button, leave a comment. All that stuff helps out the channel. Watching till the end of the video, that helps out the channel. I appreciate all of those things. Libra, I want you to remember that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we are all in this together.